Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Hello, hello. So when you come on, say hello. I'm just sharing this around to all the good places. I think that's all for sure. All right, now let's get back to where I was. So I could see all of this, right? Ba-dum-bum-bum. Today is a beautiful day in North Carolina, for sure. Let me make sure I got my volume turned down here. All right, so now I think I can see everything that comes up. So let us see. Okay, for some reason, let me see. These comments are not coming up, but I see they're there. All right, there it is. Pull the mic closer. Okay, how's that, Bib? Is that good? So, man, I need a haircut. Big time. I got to call my person. So, good morning, good morning. If you're seeing this and you're like, I don't understand, why is she on here and it's in a group? It's probably because I'm the admin in the group. That's probably why. So, Tuesdays is always about inspiring. It is always about sharing a little Jesus. It is always about trying to get through the hard things in life. And, I've been doing this now almost 2 years, every Tuesday. If you want to find more of them, you can find them on my YouTube. If you're here and it's like you're live, make sure you tell me you live, right? Hey Stephanie, I see you. Love you too, girl. Thanks for being on here. Hi, Miss Carol. Hope you're feeling better and making great progress in your recovery. We're praying for you every single day. So what a great thing to watch you come as far as you have come. See, God's not done with you yet, sister, for sure. Hi, Charlene. Good to see you. Last week I had to work. Oh, and you missed me. So glad to see you and hear you today. I'm so glad you're here. Brooke, don't nobody ask, but Brooke's my 1% girl. She knows. Little private joke right there. Okay, Brooke knows she my 1% girl. So love you, Brooke. We will talk. We will talk. Hi, Denise. How are you, baby? I haven't had a chance to watch your last live stream yet on your journey. I've just been busy. I've just been busy, but keeping up with you. But your posts inspire me. Inspire me, Denise. I have to tell you, like how you're handling this journey, and that you're just so real. You're so real. When you're scared, you're telling us you're scared. When you're a little pissy, you're telling us you're pissy. And I have to tell you, I love it because that's how people deal with stuff. That's how they get through. So you're going to get through this. You are. So don't even spoil it for me because I want to go watch your live stream. Okay, I want to watch it. So I have it marked down. It's actually on my list that I need. There's two people that I need to go check their lives because I'm watching them for the updates. Carol, yes, God is very good, and you are literally like somebody. It's amazing that you all are on here. Let me tell you how well God works. Y'all see Brooke Sanditas? My girl right there. My girl right there had major heart surgery done, and she's run into some complications there. In like just the very real like few days ago, right? But Brooke, God's got you because here you are, and when we talk, I realize He's not done with you. Denise, Denise, Denise has been going through for months knowing that, you know what, they found something in her breast, and she's been sharing her journey, and she has been so faithful to God, and when she falls down and she trips up, she shares it and she gets right back up, and it is so inspiring. And then Carol has been on the just the daggone bicycle, for lack of a better word, bicycle of getting back up and never giving up, because after what she's been through, God definitely isn't done with her yet. So can I just say, just you guys on here, being that you're the first ones to show up and to know that bad things happen to the best people. We can't stop that, right? Bad things happen. I got cancer a couple years ago, but God said, I ain't done with you yet, so let's take care of this. Let's let people walk with you through the journey. And here we are again, and I am watching this happen with people that I watch all the time in their journey. Um, Even my friend Stephanie, who was on here, she is one of the most positive people I have ever had the chance to not meet, but feel like I know through social media. And there are things that have happened where she has felt frustrated, and she felt like, oh my gosh, I don't know about this. And then the next thing I see with her, she's up and she's trying to be positive, and she's figuring out a way how she's going to get through things, and she says, this is life and this is how it is, but I am going to get through it. Those are the things that keep me going. These people here, these people are the people who say, shut up, Molly. Quit complaining. You have control of your own journey, and you get out there and you make things happen. God is opening up doors. You walk through those doors and you stop complaining about things. And can I tell you, you just follow his lead. And when you do, he doesn't say that that walk is going to be easy. But when you feel like he is with you in the walk, it just feels good. When you feel like he ain't left you behind, psh, it feels good. So if you're going through something and you happen to be watching this on like replay, or maybe you're watching me live, I need you to know, if you're here watching this and he's allowed you another day, hey, he ain't done with you yet, okay? He ain't done with you yet. I got to tell you, I'm feeling really, really good. Um, I get up every morning, and I find something to smile about, like things like my squirrels who are trying to get up on my bird feeders, and we put new baffles out there, and trying to watch them try and try and try again, and me going, success, success. Hi, Lynn, good to see you. They can't get up. They can't empty out my bird feeders. Thank goodness they can't empty out my bird feeders, because that's what they were doing. I had had enough of that. So I think I finally found something to stop that. So that was a good thing. Yes, Brooke, every day is a gift. Denise says, amen to that. 100%. Hi, Diane. I see you, girl. You probably at work, but I love you. Diane, who, of course, has an amazing son who is in the fire department, and I believe is getting ready to be promoted to first lieutenant. Is that what I think that's what you told me, Diane, if I've got that right. That takes skill and work and effort, and never give up, and knowing what you want and going after it. And man, that's just huge. So congratulations to him. Roger, hello. I figured I would see you pop on. How are you, my friend? Good to see you. And I know I'm doing great. And other people that are here. Oh, he's being sworn in tonight. Yeah, girl. Yes. So your proud mom's going to be there on the spot watching. So I get that. I'm sure we're going to see pictures. So that is wonderful. That is wonderful. So let's get into this. We have been, so that I say this every single time because we always have newbies who pop on, right? We have been going through the Liza Turkhurst devotional called Seeing Beautiful Again. And the reason I like her is because she has really been through some crud in her life. She has been. Matter of fact, I think that I feel like I know her sometimes, and then what happens is I'll read something else that she shares in her story here through these chapters, and I'll go, my gosh, I can relate to that, or I'm feeling that, or that's me. And this is my second one. We went through the first one together, but this This devotional is about real life and how you can find God in everything in real life. You can. You can. Sometimes even the worst episodes of our life, it's not that he is in the worst of it. It's not that he has bought the worst of it, but he says, I'm going to get you through the worst of it. So when you hang on to him, man, that can be a really, really, really peaceful, rewarding thing. Hi, Gwenda. Good to see you. I bet it is beautiful in West Virginia. West Virginia, one of them states that can never make up its mind what it wants to do. Like one minute it want to rain, hurricane. Next minute it want to snow. The next minute it's sunny and the tulips are coming up. You just never know with West Virginia. My husband's from there, so it gets a little bit crazy sometimes for sure. Um, but you know that's there. It's kind of, I talk about Carol. Do I believe that God made that happen to Carol? No, no more than I thought that God gave my mom cancer, right? I don't believe God gave Denise cancer. I don't believe that God gave Brooke heart issues. But this is what I know. How he speaks to other people is exactly how these people are handling this. He speaks to other people because when people follow your story, when people follow your journey, when people see how you handle it and the realness of sometimes it's not easy, the realness of sometimes you want to give up, the realness of saying, man, oh man, oh man, God, why this? This is what I've learned in my almost 61 years. Why not me? Do you know how many times I did say when I was diagnosed with that mass on my kidney, I don't understand this, God. Hasn't my family been through enough? Haven't I been through enough? Why me, God? And you know what? I soon learned why not me? Because people have been able to follow my journey for all of these years with me sharing it. And you know how many people have said, I realized I'm going to get through this no matter how bad it is. Molly's been through money situations. Molly's been through divorce. Molly's been through a parent dying when she was a teenager. Molly's gone through feeling unloved by her dad. Molly's gone through family problems. Molly's gone through kid problems. Molly's gone through sibling problems. Molly has gone. Yes, Molly has. But Molly is still here. In every single valley that I have had to traipse through, I have come back stronger. And my faith has come back stronger. And I need to tell you, there was a time when my faith was not strong at all. That I basically, for I don't even know better words, I was so mad at God for a while, I was literally almost flipping him off like, if this is who you are, I don't want anything to do with you. Yeah, I'm here to tell you, I was that person at one time. I was almost daring God. I'm not advising that, okay? I am not advising that at all. But I am here to tell you that sometimes he takes the worst of somebody and he decides he's going to walk through them. Whether you want him there or not, he's going to walk with you because he knows there's going to come a time when you're going to turn around and you're going to get too tired of boxing with him about something that he didn't create, but he will help you walk through it. That is why I do this. I do this because this is about me giving back for every hard time I've had. This is me giving back for every miracle he's given me. This is him teaching me how to fight for me, that I am important, that my family is important. This is him giving me permission to say, Molly, you love people. I need you to love the people, even the tough people, Molly. But you love them. You can love them from over there. You don't got to love them when they bring the struggle into your life. You don't got to love them up close and personal and let them create chaos in your life. You don't got to let them rip things away from you. But you can love them from over there when that happens. Man, that is massive. And yes, Carol, you were God's medical miracle. That's what you have become. And I know people say that they've met some people or they've heard the stories, but I have followed this with you, sister, and you have a story to tell. I know you're not done, but you got a story to tell for sure. Let me look here at the comments real quick. Hold on. Roger says he's okay. He met some more incredible people last weekend. I met two ladies who played in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Oh my goodness, really? How cool is that? That's like one of my favorite shows, Pastimes. I love that show. That's cool. Roger, you're always meeting people. It's why I follow you, Roger, because like the people who may not be big now in the country industry, I have to tell you something. All of a sudden, I see them up on stage or see them at the ACM Awards or whatever, and I'm like, yup, Roger's got that picture. Sarah Evans, this one, that one. Yep, they may not have been big then, but Roger was there to say, I support you. I believe your music is great. I believe that you have a journey, and I am going to support you through it. He is the best of the best in that. So that is so cool that you met them. Let me take a look here of what else we got. Hold on. And they asked Jesus, oh, that's cool. Lee just said something. They asked Jesus, why was this man born blind? Was it because of his sins or the sins of his parents? Jesus replied, this man was born blind so that God could be glorified in this very moment. Whew! Stop, baby. Stop that. Oh my goodness. Yep, so that God could be glorified in this very moment. Because people are watching. People are watching how you handle things. And you know what? They don't want to watch the boring stuff. They like watching the drama stuff. They don't want to watch the stuff, somebody does something great, you can put something great that you've been through, and you know what happens. People, you get 4 likes in social media, right? But people like tragic drama mama. They do. They like it. They like it. And those are the things, when you see somebody like going at each other on Facebook, I'm kind of like, I'm here. Where's the popcorn? I'm guilty. I'm not saying it's just people. I am them people, okay? I'm watching it going, Bib, did you read that? Did you see that? Oh, my God. Bib, I'm the person. I'm on like some people's 3rd season of their drama, okay? That's what happens sometimes. So I just, I know it's not always good for me, but it's better than a good reality TV show. Let's be true. And then people will dislike you, and the people will act like they don't know you because suddenly you've taken a different path, right? I can remember actually when I was able to revisit my relationship with God and started doing this, and there were people who absolutely just suddenly they disappeared from my life, or they disappeared from supporting me or supporting my posts or anything I'm doing. And I think, man, that was probably the first learning experience in a long time about, Molly, know where to place a lot of people in social media, because you will find that people in social media love you as long as you are where they want you. Yeah, it's been a big one for me. It's been a big one for me. Um, and of course, because I have that necessity sometimes to be a people pleaser, sometimes I just want to please people. But what's happened is I've gotten stronger with that. And when I know that there's something I need to do, and I know there's somewhere I need to be, and I know there's something I need to stand for, and I know what it is, and I know it's right, and I know that's what God wants me to do, I have had to stand, and I have had to let the others just fall off. Just fall off. Because I realize they may not really be meant in my life. Maybe they served for a season. It's not that they weren't good in the moment. Let's not say that. In the moment, somebody may have been exactly where they were supposed to be. But remember the example that Tyler Perry gave, that, you know what, you look at a tree, you know what, and the tree has leaves and it creates shade and it's refreshing. But you know what, the leaves do fall off. They die, right? They fall off and they die. Those people will fly off, and you know what, you're done with them. You have the limbs, but the limbs will also, if you go out too far on them, they will break. You have the body of the tree. Those people have been there, and you think they're not ever going to go away. But what keeps it strong? have an iron infusion to get ready for. Denise, love you, my friend. Good luck with that. Um, but then you have the roots. The roots, y'all. You need to find people who were rooted into you. You need to find the people who say, "Good morning, Quentin." Not they don't got to say that, but say good morning to Quentin. Um, you got to find the people who say, "No matter what, I'm here for you. I want to see you be okay. I want to see you be successful no matter what you choose. I want to see you that if you have a relationship that's closer to God, and even if I don't, I am here for it if that's what you need in your life." So for me, that's what it's about. And there's a lot of people who don't think like me, and that's okay. They don't have to. But I'm still going to be here. Now, one of the things that we're talking about today, you'll see the title on here. It says, "Hi, Marlene, good to see you." It says, "The only love that never fails." The only love that never fails. The verse that Liza is going with is Zephaniah 3:17. And it says, "The Lord your God is in your midst, a mighty one who will save. He will rejoice over you with gladness. He will quiet you by his love. He will exalt over you with loud singing." And basically, when I read this, like for the third or fourth time, again, the Lord your God is in your midst. And I look at that as there could be a whole lot of drama going on. There could be, my daggone microphone thing is not working right today. Sorry. Um, could be a whole lot of drama going on. There could be a whole lot of health issues going on. There could be problems with work going on. There could be problems with your relationship going on. There could be all of that, but the Lord your God is in your midst. No matter what is going wrong, he is there if you grab a hold of him, if you grab a hold of his word, if you talk to him, if you let him know exactly what you're feeling. A mighty one who will save. Who will save? He will rejoice over you with gladness. He will quiet you by his love. He will exalt over you with loud singing. So when the noise, hey Cynthia, when the noise is loud, guess who can be louder? God. God can be louder. When something's not going right, God can be louder. And sometimes he directs you in a way that you want to go, "You sure about that? I don't know, God. I'm not sure about that." Then I want to reason with him. "Well, God, couldn't we just, maybe we could do it this way. What you think, God? What you think? Like, I kind of feel like I know what you want me to do, but that seems like there's going to be a whole lot with that. Maybe we could," and you know what? He's not going to stop you. He's not going to stop you from going down that path if that's what you want. But I've really started becoming the person who says, you see his door, you see his word, you see what he's provided. Go that way. It doesn't mean that going the way he wants you to is going to be easy. And a lot of times it's not. But I need you to know something. The growth isn't in the easy. The growth isn't in the quiet. The growth is in the pain. The growth is in the coming through it. The growth is standing up for yourself. The growth is loving people from over there, even if they want to be in your life creating drama. That's where the growth is. This one is another one, of course, that really touched me. Let's get into this. This is what Liza wrote. She said, "If you've ever heard me give my testimony, part of what I share is being a little girl twirling around next to my biological daddy, wishing I could know he loved me. Maybe in his own way he did, but something was broken in our relationship that left me feeling desperate for reassurance, especially when he packed up all his things and left our family for good. It's hard when the ones who are supposed to love us and lead us well don't. Maybe that statement rings painfully true for you. As we open up Zephaniah 3 together today, we will see it was a reality for the children of Israel too. Zephaniah 3 and 4 vividly portray the type of leadership the Israelites were under. Her officials within her are roaring lions. Her judges are evening wolves that leave nothing till the morning. Her prophets are fickle, treacherous men. Her priests profane what is holy. They do violence in the law. I can't help but read these words and think about how easy it would have been for God's people to point their fingers and attribute their sinful ways to the one who led them. But instead of fixing their eyes on the faults of their leaders, God invited them to redirect their focus to the goodness found in Him. He alone is righteous. He alone does no wrong. And instead of casting blame, God instructed them to own their sin and call upon His name. He alone had the power to heal their hearts and remove their shame. The prophet Zephaniah went on to reveal why the Israelites could feel safe placing all their trust in God. The Lord your God is in your midst, a mighty one who will save. He will rejoice over you with gladness. He will quiet you by His love. He will exult over you with loud singing. This description of their God and King points back to one of Israel's first kings, David. We all know David, who was both a warrior and a musician. It also paints an incredible picture of hope. One of a heavenly Father who not only loves His people and saves them, but also sings over them with joy. Man, this may be an image we struggle to connect with in our own lives, though, especially if our experiences with earthly leadership have left us feeling unloved, unprotected, and uncertain, to the point that we don't want to risk trusting anyone again. Have you ever had that happen? That you just feel like no matter what, somebody has just left you feeling unloved, unprotected, and then it leaves you feeling uncertain. And you don't even know how it happens. All too often, our view of God is tainted by the people who have failed us. Not by God, but it's so much easier to blame God, right? It's so much easier to say, well, God let this happen. But let's not talk about the people who did it, right? Let's not talk about the people who brought on the circumstances. Let's not talk about the people who were leading Israel into bad ways, into bad acts. Let's not talk about that. Let's just blame God because He allowed it, right? It can be so tempting to point to hurts from our past and say all my issues can be linked back to what other people did to me. They're unpacking there. Trust me, I know. It's been more than 25 years since I've seen my dad by his choice. That's hard on a girl's heart, but God doesn't want us to stay stuck in our places of blame and hurt. He wants to heal us and help us move forward. When my dad fell so short, God had filled in the gaps. Through His promises, I've been reassured of all those things I wished my earthly father would have said. I have learned that God's love for me is deep, unwavering, and certain. I don't know what from your past still causes you pain today. Perhaps you feel defeated and discouraged, head down in shame, hands hanging limp like the children of Israel, or maybe what you faced has left your heart raging, fist balled tight, chin lifted in defiance, a heart ready to battle anyone who might try to hurt you again. But I do know that the only thing that will stop the desperation, the uncertainties, the insecurities, is to realize those people who unfairly rejected us were putting their own hurt on display much more than making a defining statement about you. I want you to remember that just because they projected hurt on you doesn't mean you have to carry it the rest of your life or let it define you in any way or who you are. What they did doesn't mean you only deserve scraps of love from others. You are fully known and fully loved by a God whose greatest joy is to be with you. I pray these truths flood your heart with peace like they do mine. Peace that give you permission to live life like you are loved because you are. Deeply, abundantly, and with a love that will not fail you. The prayer today is, God, thank you for being a God who fights for me and takes delight in me. Even when I feel rejected and abandoned by those who have not loved me well, give me the ears to hear the song of love you're singing over my heart and life today. Thank you for your perfect, never failing love. I don't know about you, but I was feeling a whole lot of that. Hey, Deborah. I had a dad that seemed like he was a really great dad when my mom was alive. He wasn't perfect, but my mom knew how to really make him look good. But when mom died, I was confused because it all went away. It was like he didn't know how to love me. He didn't know how to love my little brother. He didn't even know how to love my older brothers. It took me so many years to figure out that I wasn't the problem. See, I thought I needed to change everything about me. I thought I needed to be more perfect, that I needed to be the perfect daughter, that I needed to be prettier, that I needed to be skinnier, that I needed to be at his beck and call, that I needed to be whatever it was he wanted, and yet that still didn't work. He still only wanted me around when he wanted me around, when he needed something from me. And talking to people who grew up or knew of things of my dad, apparently he was kind of raised that way too. But mom didn't get enough time in this life to, I guess, explain that to me. And my mom, I think she thought she was doing a good thing by always making my dad look good. Except I found out very quickly that he shouldn't have been on that pedestal. And because of that, I blamed me. Because of that, I thought I wasn't important enough because I was failing. Now, let me tell you what's really bad about that. In the coming years of my life, I always selected people who did the same thing to me. My first husband, my job was to make him happy and to do whatever it is he needed. But the moment I talked about something that I felt I needed or that the kids needed, that wasn't a good thing. He didn't agree with that, and he didn't like being called out. I don't think he really knew how to be a good husband or a good dad either at the time. And I never quite understood it because this was another man in my life who only loved me when I performed how he wanted me to perform. And I spent 17 years trying to be that person. 17 years. But even more years like that trying to do that with my dad. I did that with people in my family. You know, you just want to please people. I'm a people pleaser. I get it. You want to be places that, like, you don't ever want to say no to anything. You don't want to ever, even if you have a good reason, you don't want to. Like, you just want to know that everything's okay and you can make everybody happy. Guess what? You can't. You can't. And you're going to exhaust yourself doing that. My dad wasn't the leader that he should have been for a long time. He should have been leading our family in love. He should have been drawing us all together. And instead, it was all about what he needed. I figured out how to love my dad later in life. And I just had to do what Jesus did. I had to love him for who he was. I had to love him because he was my dad, but yet he wasn't the father figure. See, there's a difference. Because God tells me to honor my mom and dad. But sometimes in life I had to love him from over there. Because him being in a constant place in my life reminded me that I couldn't make him happy. And really, he didn't have anyone to for that. He just wanted me to fulfill whatever it was he needed at the time. There's a lot of that in life. People who want to keep you in their little bubble just to be what they want you to be. And the moment that you don't, they have no use for you. They give you the silent treatment. They make you feel like it's all about you. They don't ever give you the benefit of the doubt. Life is hard. People are harder. Can I tell you? But you know what I found out? God just had me walking through these journeys of people. And yes, some are family. Yeah, they are. Look, I'm sorry. Sometimes family's the biggest abuser of all of this stuff, right? I mean, my gosh, started with her dad. This poor lady, she just thought she wasn't worthy of being loved, and that's all she wanted was to be loved by the one person that she saw all the other girls in school, their daddies loving them and wanting to be there for them, and he packed up and he left. Kind of felt like my dad did that after my mom died. Yeah. But you know what? I've learned at almost 61 that because of what my dad did or didn't do, that helped make me who I was today. And when people in my family or friends or ex-friends acted up and they were just users of wanting you where they want you to be, and that's how it should be. No, that's not how it should be. But when I stood my ground finally after a lot of years, it helped me grow. It helped me know who these people were in my life. They were a leaf. They were a leaf. They were a weak limb. They were a weak limb. These people who just want to walk away from you because you choose different, because you give yourself respect. Yeah, Lisa, some people are fake jewelry. They sparkle and they shine, but they can't survive the test. It's a very, very good analogy. I don't want to be fake. You don't have to like everything I do. You don't have to like everything I say. You don't have to believe in everything that I believe. You don't. But the one thing that you will always get with me, which is why a lot of you follow along on this journey called life, is you will always get truth from me. You will always get the authentic me of what I believe or what I think or what I'm going to do or what I'm not going to do. Because you deserve the truth. Even if you're not going to like it, you still deserve the truth, right? But do you want to not know where I stand? Do you want people not to know where you stand? And you can do it in love, okay? That's hard sometimes. I'm here. I'm here to tell you that's hard sometimes. Lynn says, our amazing God, when I can hear my story through others and say, I've been there. He brought me through it. Yes, Lynn. Yes, right there. Imagine a world where you go through something and nobody can ever tell you they've been there and that they've made it through. Imagine a world where what you were experiencing, that nobody could ever tell you they had been there and they survived and they're stronger and they're better. Imagine a world like that. So why does God bring you through these tough times and these valleys? Even though you can see the mountain and you know where you want to be. Because somewhere in all this, your story is going to show somebody else that there is a God out there who walked you through it, and now you're tougher than you've ever been. But you do know that you can be tough and still love. Look, I'm tough. My people who know me, they know I'm tough. I'm also tender. I'm tough. I'm honest. I get all of that. I'm tough because of what I've been through. But what God has shown me is that although I've been through it, although I have some thick skin, although there have been hard times, that I can still love through it. And sometimes that's the valley. Sometimes that's the journey. It's okay to say, I love you. You're my family. You're my friend. You're this. But no, I'm not going to do that. No, I am changing. No, I do have a different path. No, I am moving on. No, this is good for me. And if you're going to be my people, that could be somebody who's going to be here for a little while, like a leaf. It could be somebody who's going to be a limb, and they're meant to be there maybe for a few years, but then something happens and there's a crack in it and they break off and they're gone. Okay, they're gone. There could be somebody at the base, and you're like, man, they're really strong. I mean, maybe they've been there for 20 years, 25 years, 40 years. It's all good. But the people who are going to stay, they are bound in. They are bound in by the roots that are deep in the ground. My roots are bound into God. And God has given me a few people in my life. Actually, sometimes it feels like many people in my life who have said, get it, girl. We got you. You, me, and God. Us, me, and God. We got this. We're going to do this. We're going to get through this. My people who jumped on early on here, Brooke, Carol, Denise. I know that these are health things, right? These are, but the point is, their story has purpose, even if they don't know yet. Because somebody's going to want to give up in life. And when they hear their story, they're going to say, I got this. Yes, Carol, we got this. We got this. And if she can get through this, wow, why am I sitting here complaining? I can get through this. I can be better. When something changes, do you think that when something fails, when something changes, that you can never be good again? That you can never excel again? That you can never be better again? That you can never be in a better place again? I need to tell you, quit telling yourself that. Because if you tell yourself that, that's exactly where you're going to stay. So don't do that. My God says, I got you. I didn't tell you you wouldn't go through a storm. I didn't tell you the waves aren't going to be hard. I didn't tell you there's going to have to be decisions made. I didn't tell you that you weren't going to stumble. I didn't tell you that you weren't going to fall. I didn't tell you you're not going to be hated. I didn't tell you you're not going to be shunned. I didn't tell you that people were going to walk away, turn their back. I didn't tell you that I have something better. And what I'm bringing into your life, the new, the better, even if it's with a limp, even if it means here we go again. He can provide miracles in your life that you just can't see yet. But see, that's what faith's about. You got to trust him and have some faith that he's got this. And be me. I'm like, Lord, could you knock me over the head with a 2x4 and let me know if this is really what you want me to do? Lord, is this person good for me? Is this good? Lord, I'm always asking him. And when I'm still not sure, I think, Lord, I'm just going to wait. Could you show me something in the Bible? Show me something here in life. And you know what? He does. My God is not early, my God is not late, but my God is always on time. Wow. And sometimes we all want to just jump, right? But sometimes when he shows us, we're scared even when we know what we should do. We get scared. Fear is the enemy, and fear is not of our God. There are so many times in the Bible that he has said, fear not. There's a reason for that. It's hard to practice, but that doesn't mean even when we fail that we shouldn't get back up and try to do it again, for sure. So on this one, yeah, 100%. The only love that never fails. I don't put stock in where love is going to stay from people. But I know what Jesus did for me, getting up on that cross, raised from the dead 3 days later, taking all that punishment for me, all the mocking, all the hate, all the spitting at, all of that. You know what? I can take a little bit of that, right? Who am I? Who am I to say I can't take a little bit of that? He did all the hard work. So stay strong. Stay strong. Listen to God, and you do what he wants you to do. Don't let others dictate what God could have in store for you. Don't don't stay somebody's puppet. Don't 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 let other people tell you what God wants for you. Don't. Open up the word of God. Follow his direction. Look at what he's put in front of you to see. And keep walking the path with him. Nobody else has got to like it. Nobody. Yeah. God's mercies and grace are new every day. Abso-stinking-lutely. But if you're not looking for it, you're going to miss it. You're going to miss it. So we need to make sure. Carol says, my sister bought me a cute Jesus doll that she got off of Amazon. And at the hospital, I sat him on my table. When the nurses would come in, they would say, oh, Jesus, he's cute. And I would say, Jesus loves to see you too. Oh, that's so good, Carol. That is so good. I love that. I love it. Okay. So, Tuesday, Molly's Moments with Jesus. This session is over. I'm praying for you. I'm praying for your path. I'm praying for your healing. I'm praying from all that resentment and everything you have inside of you. Let it go. Stop unpacking there. God's not going to use that. But when you decide to put it down, you decide to start walking again, remember, onward, no matter what. Put it down and find your peace again. Find your joy again. Find your happiness again. You will have to walk through some battles, but when you get there, life is so sweet again. It doesn't mean there won't be trials, but life can be sweet again, but only if you let go of what you've let bog you down for so long. Have a wonderful Tuesday and have a wonderful rest of your week.